drink my water.
Your favorite band is Journey, right?
It's one of them.
Okay.
I'm more of a fan of like Phil Collins and Genesis.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I knew it was an older band.
Yeah. I tend to like older music. Journey is one that I enjoy, but Genesis kind of has like a couple more that I am fond of.
Yeah.
That and Starship. Starship has one of my favorite songs on one of their albums.
Excuse me. I still have a little bit of a cough, so you'll have to excuse me. Wait, hang on. Okay. We live, boys.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hopefully, well, I'll wait until there are people watching to say this, so that way I can actually get feedback.
Dislikes disabled for it.
Oh my goodness, no one can leave dislikes on my videos and bully me for being small channel now, cause that was the problem, ha ha ha. It's not that big companies didn't like people leaving dislikes on their crappy advertisements. Definitely not. It was the small channels that was the problem.
Oh yeah.
Haha. Good idea, Susan.
Yo.
What a crazy story, Susan.
Yo, Tingly has a question.
Oh, hello, Tingly. Yes, literally gaming.
Also, can we just talk about how that Pyro just used side special off stage and then just died?
Yes, hello, people, watching.
Hello,
this.
Internet!
Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more! I've been watching a lot of his videos lately.
Oh, yes.
I like the way he does Let's Plays, because it's not just like, oh, like it's just me playing through the game and that's it. Like, he's literally like, I'm going to show you everything there is about this game and like give you actual like advice and strategies on like how to play through the game and like he like puts like a walkthrough and a Let's Play and rolls them into one. It's really cool, actually. I wish more channels did that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be one of them though.
Yo, you can... Epic. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh, by the way, fellas, you may hear some banging around. Not that door opening and closing, obviously, but I got my cat running around here.
Oh yeah.
She's adorable, and I love her.
Yes.
And I won't stop talking about her if I start now. Ow. She's still got the claws.
Okay, love her a little less now. just a little.
Don't climb on the mic. Okay.
The pop filter probably makes it look like it's a fuzzy toy for her to play with.
Oh yeah. Well, she has plenty of toys in here that she can play with. Some that are actually for cats to play with, and others that are not.
Nice.
Like my chair. She likes to play with my chair. Anyway.
Yes. Anyways. Let's let's get into the actual reason we are here. Our Smash Speculation streaming series is back after taking a short hiatus because Darth was busy with school, and then I was on like trips, and then the holidays happened, and just a lot of stuff happened, and so we weren't doing this for a little bit, but we are back, and we have already discussed like the general gameplay, and have also settled on a roster of veterans that we speculate will return. The veterans thing was difficult to do because it involved us cutting a lot of characters that we really like. But today we are doing something a little more fun. We're talking about newcomers, like who we think will be the new characters in the next entry of Smash, and like this is partially speculation on our part and partially like what do we want from a Smash game.
I have a few picks that are somewhat biased.
Yes, I do as well. Zant is not on the list. I know people would expect me to put Zant on the list because he's my most wanted character, but I was trying to be a little realistic with this. So no, he is he's not on my list. Peggle newcomers? Yes, of course.
Yo. Oh no!
Excuse me.
No, I didn't put Peggle. No.
Okay. So Darth and I have each individually picked 20 newcomers. And we're gonna narrow that down to a pool of 16. Yes, it will be difficult, but if we agree on a character, then they get in by default. So,
yeah. And I think that one of the things that I think is going to be interesting about this discussion is that our experience and the genres that we enjoy playing is going to play into this too. It's like,
yeah,
oh, like I may not be as familiar with like, I don't know, I'm not as familiar with like the Fire Emblem series as a whole.
Yeah, you don't play as many RPGs as I do.
Yeah, but then you might not also be as familiar with Mega Man as I am.
Yeah,
and I don't believe I have any Mega Man newcomers on here at all. But even though it's like one of my favorite platformer series, but that's just kind of an example I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah,
or like Star Fox and Kid Icarus, for example.
Yeah,
like right on screen. So I feel like that's to play to it a little bit.
Yeah, potentially. By the way, guys, does Darth's audio sound okay? Is the music too loud? Is he like way louder than me? Is he too quiet? Like, just let me know what that situation is, and I can adjust that. All right, so. Shall we get this thing started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me actually just post this in my Discord real quick to let people know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're gonna think I'm gonna post this in this chat, and they're gonna think like, "Oh, it's the video," and it's gonna be like, "No, it's." This is great. Still though.
If you don't want to get their hopes up, you can post it in the Plasmaster videos and
I got it. They'll be fine. I've still got like 36 hours. Anyway. Sound is bueno. Thank you, Tingly.
Alright, awesome. Thanks, Tingly.
Because I made some adjustments, so I just want to make sure that's fine. Anyway,
Okay.
I got it all posted. We're ready to go.
Okay. So I don't know if it would be easier for us to just both read off our list of 20 and then put any ones we agree with in there, or if we go one at a time.
Do you want to do one at a time?
I don't know if one at a time would be as good because I feel like it'll be better if we consider like the scope of it instead of just like a case-by-case basis, because otherwise we might get to the end and realize like, okay, you know, we already have our 16 slots filled, but there's still like 8 characters in total that we need to talk about for each of us.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and on top of that, half the characters we've put in are Fire Emblem characters, and the other half are all zoners. You know, so I think put like brainstorming potential play styles for characters would be a good way to go about it as well, so we can try to get like a good mix in there.
Right.
So yeah, I think we can basically just take turns naming off characters on our lists, and just keep going until, you know, we have a couple matches, and then once we're done, we will go back and evaluate them from there.
Right. Do you want to start?
Sure. So, top of my list is Melia Antiqua from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Okay.
So, that's probably not a surprising pick. She is my favorite character in the original Xenoblade, and with us cutting Pyre Mythra from the game, you know what? Another Xenoblade rep? Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, with plus with like Future Connected and her being such a major part of that.
yes, yeah.
It seems like the logical next.
Yeah, but anyways, that's just my thought process behind that. So, we will leave further discussion on that for later. Who do you got for your first slot?
My first slot, I have Master Chief.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Like, it's kind of a gimme, but at the same time, it's one of like the most iconic shooters out there. And honestly, it's probably my favorite multiplayer shooter, so that kind of helped with that choice.
Yeah.
Halo good. Halo Infinite is free to play. Go play it. That's my shield ticket for the month. I spent my
Yes.
But yeah, Halo's an iconic franchise, and it's a shooter, which we really don't. We kind of have it with Samus, but honestly, the Prime series is more of like a spin-off of the main Metroid formula than
Yeah.
like exclusively FPS.
Yeah, really the only shooter character we have in Smash is Inkling, and they're from a very unorthodox shooter game.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like having somebody that kind of represents the more traditional, two teams shooting at each other sort of thing.
But Darth, Pit and Dark Pit are from Kid Icarus Uprising, which featured a multiplayer shooter thing, side game, so, you know, technically, they are from a shooter game.
Yo, actually, I know you're joking, but I didn't think of that.
And also, me Gunner.
Oh yes, from the iconic shooter Wii Sports.
Yes. Alright, okay. My, number 2, and if you say the name of a character and they're already on your list, then you can just speak up now, or forever hold your peace.
Right. I'm gonna say this right now, my list is unordered. I just kind of listed off a bunch of characters off the top of my head.
Yes, mine is also unordered. I didn't order them by how much I wanted them in or anything like that.
Okay, let's do the next one.
Okay, so my number 2 is Bandana D.
I actually don't have him on here.
Really?
Yeah, I thought about it, but at the same time I was like, I don't know. I don't know if my thought was it's too predictable or anything, but I just, like, for some reason I was like, I could put Bandana D on, but no. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm not as invested in the Kirby series, so I'm like, I don't get it with Bandana D.
I love Kirby. Those games are amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be up. This is kind of a tangent, but Kirby fans are like some of the most passionate and wholesome fan bases out there. It's like they're all like super hardcore about Kirby, but they're never toxic about it. Like it's kind of a enigma on the internet, but like the Kirby fans that I know and or watch are super passionate about the series, but are never like, if you like Kirby and the Crystal Shards, or like, I'm pretty sure I got the name wrong, then you're the worst. Nobody's like that.
I have not
like,
played
oh, we
Kirby
all like
64.
Kirby.
I have not played Kirby 64.
I have not either. Actually, I haven't played many Kirby games that were like demos or anything. Yeah.
The thing about Kirby games, at least most Kirby games, there are some where this doesn't apply, but the thing with most Kirby games is they are 95% cute and wholesome, and then 5% eldritch horror. And I love that about it. I think it's such a cool idea to have this adorable pink puffball boy just go in and destroy these horrific, like, cosmic gods that, like, split in half and create black holes to try to kill him. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome. All right, so what? What happened?
Chat, check the chat.
We could finally get Waluigi, big Marxism fan.
Yes.
Okay. Who's your number 2?
The next guy, I got all the shooter characters out of the way. I put Doomguy.
Okay.
The next one. Another bit of... But
I also have Doomguy.
Hey. Honestly...
Woo, yeah, baby!
Lie,
that's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm looking for!
Yeah. The but like the thing about Doomguy, he was one of my most requested picks, and honestly, was probably the most likely out of all the characters that I wanted.
Yeah.
But then they were like, "Hey, he's a costume. Here's Sora," and it's like, yeah, I'm glad people liked it, but like, that still hurt. It was like one last little screw you from after like getting shoveled out of Waluigi deconfirmed.
Yeah.
At the beginning of development, they're like, let's twist the knife one more time before the end of development. Salty random aside, Doomguy is also an iconic shooter character from an iconic shooter franchise. And honestly, with like all the weapons he gets, especially in like the more recent games where there's more, you have like a couple more melee weapons in there.
Yeah.
Because you had like all the guns and stuff, you had the chainsaw and things like that. But with Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, you have like the shoulder rockets, you have punches, you have the crucible sword, you have all of these like different things that you can use for melee on top of all of these like different weapon varieties, which would be a fun little thing to do in the game. Plus, honestly, it's Doom, so like representing one of the more iconic shooters in there, and one of the older ones too, because like Halo is iconic, but like Doom was one of the games that kicked off the genre.
Yeah, Doom was one of the earliest video game experiences that I had, because I used to watch my dad play it on the computer when I was like real young.
Right. Real wizards play Doom.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Doomguy is in.
Yeah. Why did you pick Doomguy? I'm curious to hear the reasoning that you.
A lot of the same reasons you picked him. I was like, yeah, like, you know, as far as like a character that to represent shooters go, Doomguy is probably like the guy. You know, just because Doom, you know, was one of the first shooters. You know, it kind of kickstarted the genre.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he has some legacy to him. That was a big part of it for me.
Yeah.
So my number 3, and I know everyone's gonna be really angry with me for saying this, but my number 3 pick is Celica from Fire Emblem Echoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "What the heck? There's so many Fire Emblem characters already." Yes, I know, sweetie. Okay, I know, but I really like Fire Emblem Echoes. It's a great game, and Celica's a really great character, despite what some people will tell you. A lot of people don't like Celica. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like her. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, like, I can't really get into the reasons why without, you know, explaining a lot of story stuff.
Right.
But it's like, I can understand, like, why people might not like her, but, like there are people who just straight up don't like her at all. And I'm like, right. I can understand, like, you know, not liking the one that character's one decision, you know,
right,
or that one character trait. But like, I don't know, I like Celica. Anyway, yeah. So Celica.
Yeah.
And we did go through the veterans last time we did a Smash speculation stream. And we did cut a lot of the Fire Emblem characters. I think I think as of now there are only 4 Fire Emblem characters in our roster. Those being like Marth, Ike, Robin, and Byleth. Is that right?
I believe that's
Yeah. So, what's one more? You know, the people. You know what? People ought to be used to it by now. All right. So, who's your number 3?
Now, my number 3 was kind of super biased, and we kind of talked about this off camera. I have Raymu in there.
Okay.
And, like, you've got, like, the top-down shooter, the shmups, bullet hells, things like that. And Touhou's a good franchise for that, mostly because, like, it's one of the few that uses actual characters. Like, a lot of it tends to be spaceships or planes and things like that. But Raymu is an actual, like, character who's also actually been in some fighting games as well that gives her some moveset potential right there. And also, it represents the Japanese indie scene. I know there's like a special name for it, but I think if I try to say it, I'll pronounce it very poorly. So
yeah,
I'm not going to say it. But
so I also had Raymu on my list.
Yeah.
So Raymu's in. Yeah, I like, that's pretty much it. That's crazy. I finally got Sonic and Melee yesterday. Oh, congratulations, Tingly. That's really difficult to do.
Yo. And Light Free unlocked Akuma in Smash.
Nice.
That is... Yeah. That is very difficult to do. I can't do that. That's why I don't have Akuma.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. I'd probably play it. Like, he'd probably be my favorite Shoto if I could actually unlock him, but I have not been able to.
Okay. My number 4, Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising. Because Hades is a mad lad and would be so great in Smash. Also, we need more villains. So.
I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of just want to keep that one on the list, just in general, because I feel like he's not on my list, but at the same time, I'm like, I'd love to see Hades in Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we're not like, we're not disregarding any characters currently. Just
yeah.
Going through and seeing if we have any matches. All right, so who's your number 4?
So I have for my number 4 Soul Bad Guy.
Okay.
Because I want to do, because Arc system fighting games, I feel, are like one of the I'm not sure in the grand scheme of things how iconic they would be in general, but they're still pretty popular, and Guilty Gear is a pretty prominent fighting, like, anime fighter. It is one of, like, the fathers of the genre. And honestly, I feel like Arc System, like, with all of the work that they've done with that genre, deserves to have a rep in the game. And Guilty Gear being one of their flagship titles would probably be a good pick. And just makes sense in general. Since they use them in mobile games a lot, so, like... he's no stranger to crossovers. And of course, Soul's the main character, so...
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd be satisfied with any Arc System rep in the game as far as, like, fighting game characters. Like, if it was, like, Ragna or from Blaze Blue.
I have him
I would
later
also...
on my list. I have Ragna.
Yeah,
so...
like... I would be okay with that too, but I feel like Soul Bad Guy would be a higher chance because...
Yeah.
Because Guilty Gear tends to be, like, a little more prominent, all things considered.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and we can, discuss that in greater detail later.
Yeah.
So my number 5, and I actually already put him on the list of characters that are in because I know that he's on your list as well, is Waluigi.
Oh yeah, no debate about that.
Yeah. So,
like, he's like the last one of the main cast who hasn't been put in the game at all. Like, all things, like,
yeah.
except for, like, Toad.
Except for, like, Toad, yeah.
But, like, other than Toad, Waluigi's, like, the last one of the main, like, the bigger overall Mario cast that hasn't been put in the game yet.
Yeah.
Plus, we need, like, honestly, I just imagine him playing as, like, a party game-centric ones, like, more representing the spin-offs than some of the other characters do. And the Mario characters aren't exactly, like, the most lore-accurate, but, like, as far as, like, representing the spin-off games, characters barely have anything that references that, so having somebody like Waluigi makes sense to me to represent that since he's primarily a spin-off character anyway, so...
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your number 5?
My number 5 is Shovel Knight.
Okay.
Because, like, once again, a little bit of bias, but quite frankly, Shovel Knight at this point is one of the most iconic indie characters.
Yeah.
He's been in, like, everything, and he's already even in Smash as an assist trophy.
Yeah.
So naturally, the next step would be to upgrade him to a fighter.
He's basically the indie game character.
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
Yeah. He is also on my list, so congratulations, Darth. Your dreams have hypothetically come true. Shovel Knight in game. Finally, Water Emblem. Finally, Spade Knight. Okay. My number 6, and one that I am a little iffy on given recent controversy, is I did not commit hard to either one of them. It would just be one or the other. My number 6 is either Crash or Spyro.
I do have Crash on my list, and I kind of agree the recent controversy does make it a little harder to kind of like feel comfortable having these characters in.
Yeah, so I think now leave them off the list and put them on later if we have extra space.
Yeah, like, to be fair, Crash wasn't invented by Activision Blizzard, but at the same time, they're the current, holders to the rights of Crash and Spyro. And to be fair, controversy aside, Activision did do a good job bringing those franchises back into the limelight. Because the remastered trilogies for both games are very well put together. Despite the stuff that was going on behind the scenes. That said, we will still keep them off the list for the sake of, due to that, several incidents, but, like, you get the idea. Essentially, yeah, you get what I'm saying,
Yeah, alright, who's your number 6?
My number 6 is Gran from Gran Blue Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
The reason that I say that is because I have two characters to do like mobile reps on here. We'll get to that one.
Darth Weegee, I object to any form of gacha in my Smash Brothers. I almost called it Fire Emblem. You know what? Maybe Celica shouldn't be in the game.
I mean, she is in a gacha game.
Oh no. You're right.
But anyway.
But she didn't originate from one. like
Yes.
Granddad.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna pick a mobile game to like a mobile RPG to represent, then like Grand Blue is one of the biggest. So like, I've never played Grand Blue. I've only played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. But I
Right.
feel like with how big of a franchise that the Grand Blue franchise is getting, with like the main mobile game and also some spin-offs that have been released or are going to be released, I feel like they could get a spot in Smash. Plus, honestly, with the like Grand Sword is kind of small, so he could be more of a mixed like punch, kick, and sword fighter. Once again,
Right.
kind of like what he is in Versus, but like maybe a little less.
I would like
utilitarian.
for there to be a character in Smash who's more of a mix of brawler and sword fighter. I feel like
Yeah.
Ike would be a really good fit for that, just given his physique.
Yeah.
He just looks like he would be more of a rough and tumble kind of guy.
Yeah.
And given
He has some moves.
given you know his occupation in the Fire Emblem series being a mercenary and all, like yeah, like that makes sense that you know when a sword won't work for him as effectively, he's gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I'll punch you, I don't care.
Yeah.
And he does have his jab, but aside from that, he doesn't really do that.
Yeah. His grabs are kind of rough and tumble, but like his throws and
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah, he's got that like clobber move he does for the up throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My number 7
Yeah, that is.
is that's okay. My number 7 is Chibi Robo.
Okay. I
Um,
actually have a friend that would be very thrilled with that.
yes, Dan.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, Chibi Robo has been kind of shafted by Nintendo. They just
Yeah.
don't really seem to know what to do with that character in that series. 'Cause, like, every time that Chibi Robo had the potential for success, they did one little thing to like screw it up.
Right.
And then they released Chibi Robo Ziplash and were like, if it doesn't do well, we're never making another Chibi Robo game, which is stupid because Chibi Robo fans aren't gonna want to buy a Chibi Robo platformer just because Chibi Robo is in it, because it doesn't have the classic Chibi Robo gameplay. And new fans aren't gonna know what the heck a Chibi Robo is.
Yeah, it's like that's one of the things that pisses me off about like companies that are like, oh, if this like this drastic change to the formula doesn't sell well, or if this re-release doesn't sell well, we're not gonna really do anything else with the series. It's like, well, maybe it's not doing well because we already have it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that happened with Darkstalkers. Was like they re-released like the third game, and they were like, if this doesn't do well, we're probably not going to do much with the Darkstalkers property from now on. And it didn't do well because that wasn't what people wanted. And what do you know? We haven't had a new Darkstalkers game in years.
Yeah. That almost happened with Metroid as well. They were like, alright, Metroid Prime Federation Force. If it doesn't do well, that's the end for Metroid. And it's like, but this isn't what people want from a Metroid game. You can't
exactly.
make like some random game, slap Metroid on it, and then say if it doesn't do well, then clearly you guys don't like Metroid. Like, just, you didn't give us Metroid, so of course we're not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Metroid fans aren't gonna buy this because it's not Metroid. Anyways. Yeah, Scott the Waz did a whole video on Chibi Robo, which is very good.
Yeah.
Just
And actually, if you don't mind me plugging my
oh
friend's
yeah,
channel for a bit.
Dan Nominator as well did.
Yeah, he is working on a Chibi Robo retrospective series, and
Yes.
I think about a month ago he released the second episode, and that kind of convinced me like, wow, this game is great. I haven't played it yet, but if the game was like available, I would definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I would highly recommend if you look at that video if you're interested in Chibi Robo.
Absolutely. You know, I have played one Chibi Robo game. Do you know which one?
Ziplash.
It was Chibi Robo Ziplash. I returned it to GameStop after beating it. I got $1 back. I traded it in at GameStop, and they were like, "We'll give you $1," and I'm like, "All right, nice. I got $1." One of my favorite quotes from the Scott the Waz video is just, "Hey Scott, you're adopted. Oh, all right, well, I appreciate your honesty. Oh, and Chibi Robo Ziplash exists. No!" My goodness. So, yeah, Chibi Robo. Anyways, who's your number 7?
It was Waluigi, actually, so I'll just
Okay.
go on to my number 8.
Yeah.
Which is Impa.
Okay.
Like, as far as Zelda reps go, if we wanted to go for another character that kind of, like, repeats their appearances, Impa is one of those, like, characters that has been in quite a few of the Zelda titles in different forms. And she seems kind of like a pretty... not an obvious pick, because I feel like maybe there are more iconic Zelda characters that would probably get in first before Impa,
Right.
but if you had to pick somebody that, like, had the same presence as the other current Zelda reps, I think Impa would be a good choice.
I would die
Obviously,
before I
like,
supported a Yoshi. I don't care that the Yoshi has 73% and Kazuya has 26. I'm supporting Kazuya. Classic GameStop. Yeah, Karasu, it's right. I also traded in Triforce Heroes because I didn't have anybody to play it with, and I was not good at it on my own.
Right.
But that's a good game. I feel like as far as Zelda reps go, Impa's the name that floats around the most. Like right. she's the character that most people that are like, yeah, new Zelda rep in Smash, most of them are like Impa as like their first pick, just because she makes the most sense.
Yeah. And honestly, since we cut a bunch of the links in the thing, I don't remember if we cut all of them or not, but
we did. It's just regular Link.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our current Zelda roster in this Smash is Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, Sheik.
Yeah. So like, getting some more like other Zelda characters, because Zelda is one of Nintendo's biggest franchises.
Yeah. It's
like,
honestly weird that they haven't gotten a new rep in Smash.
Yeah, they've
since Brawl.
Kind of been getting like, they've kind of been like, just for some reason Sakurai refuses to give them any new representation. Besides like more Links.
Yeah. Oh, let's put in Wolf Link.
That could be fun though. So if you pair it up with the mix,
yeah,
that would actually be kind of fun.
I had a Midna
Don't do it! Don't do it, Nintendo!
I had a Midna moveset concept where she partnered up with Wolf Link, but
give me a quick second.
Okay.
I'll be like 2 seconds, but I need to retrieve something. Look, you have to chase real nice, not computer mice. Kids. Anyway.
Yeah, because and I mean I there's definitely potential for Impa to have a moveset that's more unique from Sheik.
Yeah.
But because Sheik is already in, I feel like Impa would end up being a little bit of an Echo fighter. I might be wrong in saying that. So I personally, I actually don't have Impa on my list. I do have another Zelda rep on my list, which I think would be a little more interesting than Impa, given that we have Sheik already, but I'm not opposed to Impa either.
Right.
So, yeah, that's just my my 2 cents on that. Okay, my number 8 is one of my most wanted characters, personally. Like, I get that this is a more obscure and small Nintendo IP that actually has less games in its catalog than Chibi Robo does. I mean, Chibi Robo is only a Mii costume in Smash Ultimate, whereas this character is an assist trophy. So I feel like that does lend... Oh my gosh, the Kazuya won. Let's go. I feel like that does lend to... I made the right call, sticking with my guns. If I could save a replay of that, I would. Yeah, I feel like them having an assist trophy in Smash does kind of lend to them having a better chance at getting in. And also, I want to consider that Smash has added obscure characters before. I mean, in Melee, Fire Emblem was not a huge game outside of Japan. So, you know, and Smash went a long way to exposing new people to that series, and now it's one of Nintendo's biggest IPs. You know, and there are other examples of that in Smash as well. You know, Xenoblade. So, with all that said, Isaac from Golden Sun.
Hey.
I feel like if Isaac got in, it would get more people interested in his character and his series, and might potentially revive Golden Sun, which would be super nice, Nintendo. I mean, you keep renewing your ownership of the IP, so clearly, you know, you gotta do something with it eventually, right? Right?
You revived Famicom Detective Club. You could revive Golden Sun.
They did do that, you're right.
Like, who even remembers that? Other than, like, an assist trophy. Maybe it's big in Japan, I don't know. But...
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, I don't have Isaac, which is what I would say if I was lying, because I do have Isaac.
Yes! Yes! That's my boy!
I kind of agree a bit with, like, what you were saying about, like, just everything, yeah. And, like, honestly, if Smash... Once again, I'm going back to Smash Flash 2, but if Smash Flash 2 shows anything, he's got moveset potential.
Yeah.
And honestly, having, like, a mage character like that would still be pretty cool, too.
Yeah,
like,
he's like a half sword, half mage character. I know everybody's gonna say Robin. I know. But Isaac has telekinesis and big hands, so...
Yeah.
I think he could have a really cool moveset.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Isaac is in. Hello, Raiden Gaming.
Yes, welcome to the stream.
Okay. Who is your, number 9?
Okay, so for my number 9, I picked Billy and Jimmy from Double Dragon. They're
wow! Okay.
They're not like a team fight or anything. I just feel like they're pretty much the same.
Right. It would work like Steve and Alex.
Yeah. But
Okay.
like we don't have a beat 'em up character off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So picking one of the most iconic beat 'em up characters.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic beat 'em up series. And there's plenty of iconic beat 'em up series. There's Final Fight, there's Streets of Rage, River City Ransom.
Yeah.
Things like that. But Double Dragon is one of the ones that is one of the most recognizable in terms of like, oh, you say Double Dragon and people are like, oh yeah, I know what that is. So I thought of picking a beat 'em up character, and that's the one that I went with.
Kazuya, you dumbass!
What?
He just downbeat Dark Samus off the stage when they were both at one stock and lost the game.
Bruh.
Ugh.
All
right. Sorry. Anyways. Yeah, that's interesting. I have I don't have them on my list, but I do have like other retro representatives in mind. So someone who fills like the niche of retro rep and beat 'em up character, like that would be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 9 is Skull Kid, who's my Zelda rep that I alluded to earlier. I mean, a lot of people, Skull Kid had a lot of support in the early days of Ultimate.
Yeah.
Which I think shows that, you know, there's interest for it.
The shirt. Not the shirt, the chairs. The chair speculation.
That was one of the dumbest. Yeah, that was really stupid.
It was hilarious.
And Skull Kid, like, obviously it would be, you know, based off of the Majora's Mask iteration of the character. But Skull Kid has actually shown up in other Zelda titles. So there would be, you know, some inspiration to draw from there in terms of moveset as well.
Wasn't he in Hyrule Warriors?
He was, yeah. And he was also in... there were lots of Skull Kids in Ocarina of Time, and then the same Skull Kid from Majora's Mask reappeared in Twilight Princess.
Ah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Perhaps if I had watched your playthrough, I would have figured that out.
Have you played Twilight Princess?
I have not, actually.
Oh my gosh, really? It's my favorite Zelda game.
You don't have that... I actually haven't played that much Zelda.
Zelda's a great series. I have played all of the 3D Zelda titles except for Skyward Sword. I own Skyward Sword, but I'm putting it off because I don't want to play it. I know I should play it, but I don't want to. Because, haha, bad game.
Oh no, Sephiroth.
It's okay, I supported the Sora. So,
yeah,
and also I think that Skull Kid would just be a really interesting character. I think that, you know, he would play so differently from like all the other Zelda characters, and also just be really unique on his own from the rest of the cast as well.
Right.
So. Okay. You're number 10.
My number 10 was Isaac.
Okay. So who's your number
So,
11?
I picked Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay.
We had a I was debating on the others, but unfortunately, Shadow said your mom, and
That's a nice argument.
But anyway, yeah. So I feel like Sonic is another game that should have, as far as third-party titles, that should have gotten another rep. I'm not saying that Final Fantasy didn't deserve to get a second rep, but I think that Street Fighter and Final Fantasy getting another rep kind of opened the floodgates for the possibility that third-party characters or third-party franchises could get another rep.
Right.
And I think as far as there's a couple of characters that you can pick. You got Knuckles, you got Tails. I just decided to pick Shadow just because, I mean, he's already in the game somewhat. And also, I just think his techniques are cool. He wouldn't be a clone of Sonic. I think the whole idea of making Shadow a clone of Sonic is not really a good way to respect the character, so to speak.
Yeah, give him a gun. Give Shadow a gun.
Please, Nintendo. Do what the second jump.
Remember that part in Shadow, I think it's the Shadow the Hedgehog game, where it's just the president or whatever, and he's in his office, and he looks at his desk, and there's just a framed picture of Sonic and Shadow.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's so dumb. Oh my gosh. It's so stupid, and I love it.
Yeah. But I feel like giving him sort of his chaos control techniques will be a nice way to respect the character a little more, and give him some of the attacks that he had in Sonic Battle and things like that. Give him a more aggressive playstyle that slower but stronger compared to Sonic. Because while Shadow can keep up with Sonic with the help of his boots, he still tends to be a little more of a brutal fighter, a better up close fighter, I think I should say.
Yeah, he's more of a bruiser.
Having less of a rush down play style, or not so much a rush down play style as more as he hits harder than Sonic, will kind of be a nice change, or not a nice change, but a nice way of representing the character. Essentially, don't make Shadow an Echo Fighter of Sonic. I know, that was what everybody was saying during Ultimate's development, but there was just this thought in the back of my head, don't do that, because there are much better ways to represent the character. So yeah, that's my little spiel on Shadow.
Yeah. Okay. I actually already said my next few. Number 10 was Shovel Knight for me. Number 11 was Ragna. Number 12 was Doomguy. So now I'm on number 13. And I did touch briefly on this earlier, that it seems like each Smash game has, or at least most of them, have a retro rep that they add, Melee, it was Ice Climbers and Game & Watch. Brawl, it was, I guess, Rob, arguably. Smash 4, it was Duck Hunt. So, and Ultimate, it was, arguably the Belmonts.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what is a retro rep that they could add in this next Smash game? I have not settled on one in particular because I have not made up my mind yet. But it would be one of these as a retro rep. Mach Rider, Sukapon, or Takamaru.
Why didn't I think of Takamaru?
Yeah. I don't know how much moveset potential there would be for Takamaru and Mach Rider. Sukapon has a ton of moveset potential. because he comes from a fighting game. I think out of those three, I do like Sukapon a lot, but I think out of those three, Takamaru is the one I'm most interested in seeing get in, but I'm fine with any of them.
Right.
So, yeah, number 13 for me is just retro rep. So, yeah. Who's the next one on your list?
Alright, so I'm on number 12. And number 12 is Inteleon from Pokemon.
Ooh.
Look, it's the next Smash game. We need our Pokemon rep. And
Right.
honestly, out of the three, I'm a little biased. I haven't played Sword and Shield, but honestly, out of the three, Inteleon is the one that interests me the most.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, the obvious pick would be like, oh, Cinderace, but I'm like, yeah, but what if Inteleon? There's, like, Rillaboom, too, but I don't know how...
I don't like the designs of any of the Sword and Shield starters.
Right.
I think all of them either look really dumb or would just be another firefighting one, which we have, like... We have Incineroar already. We've had Charizard before. You know... I don't know. I did not put any Pokemon on my list.
Right.
Not because there weren't any that it was it was mostly I didn't put them on the list because I was like, okay, I feel like whenever this next Smash game comes out, what they're gonna do is they're gonna add a Pokemon from whatever the most recent gen is.
Yeah.
Which would not be the Sword and Shield starters. It would be an unknown future character that we don't know who they are yet.
Yeah, probably like a Gen 9.
Yeah, like a Gen 9 or Gen 10 starter. So I didn't feel comfortable putting that on the list because, you know, how would we really discuss that, you know, when it's such a big unknown?
Right. But anyway, we're on number 14 for you, right?
Yes, I have another Square Enix rep. I know we have a couple of those on our veterans roster already. I have Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
I have not played the game, but I hear that is a very popular thing.
I have not played it either. I know that Chrono is a popular pick, and I've seen gameplay, and I think that he would be interesting.
Right.
And Rand did gift a copy of Chrono Trigger to me on Steam for the holidays, so I will have the opportunity to play his game, you know, very soon, hopefully.
Right.
Okay, who's next on your list?
Alright, I'm gonna send you some MP3 real quick. I'm gonna need you to play it. Don't worry, it's nothing that will get you in trouble, but it's important for the context.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I mean, that kind of says
Okay.
it all.
Yes. Now, hear me out.
I don't want to, but go on.
Sands could be used as a way to represent the Earthbound like subgenre of RPGs, and he's kind of in the game in the form of the costume.
Right.
So it's not impossible for him to get in the game.
Uh-huh.
Plus, honestly, I like Undertale.
Yeah.
So, like, if I had to pick an Earthbound like, that would probably be one of the ones I would pick, regardless of its.
Right. I don't think that Earthbound likes. I mean, they're certainly a growing genre, but I don't know if they're significant enough in, like, the
grand scheme.
the grander world of gaming. Like in the indie world of gaming, they are definitely more prevalent.
Right.
But I feel like outside of Undertale, you don't really see Earthbound likes getting this major success. I mean, even like Omori, which is an Earthbound like, I don't think it's quite reached the same level of success as Undertale.
Right.
But I don't know. It's, yeah.
So you think it doesn't have like enough mainstream success to get?
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
I see.
compared to like Shovel Knight. Yeah. I don't know. Next on my list, I have a Metroid rep in Celica, who is a character from Metroid Prime Hunters, and they will be playing a big role in the upcoming Metroid Prime 4 as well. They've been hinted at in the endings for Metroid Prime 3 as well as Metroid Prime Federation Force, if you'd believe it.
Holy crap, lore.
Yeah, so, I think Celica is, is going to become, like, a big enough and prevalent enough character, that I think that they would fit really nicely into Smash.
Yeah.
I think you had Ravenbeak on your list.
I didn't put him on here, but I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna replace one of my things and put Ravenbeak on here because the one I had, I was running out of ideas, and honestly, I'm not as invested in there. But I am.
Who are you
I
replacing with Ravenbeak? I'm curious.
Shantae.
Okay.
Shantae's iconic, but at the same time, I barely played her games and don't really have much to go off of, which I mean isn't much of an excuse given that I've never played Double Dragon or anything like that.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm a little more invested in Ravenbeak. When you brought up Metroid rep, I'm like, oh wait, I wanted that character.
Yeah.
But I just thought Ravenbeak's boss battle was really cool and
Yeah.
would offer itself to some interesting moveset potential. Especially with having, like, talons.
Yeah.
You grab things. Anyway. That would be my 14 in that case, so
Okay.
move on to your next one then.
Okay. So my next one is Crystal, from the Star Fox series.
I'm genuinely surprised I didn't put that on my list.
I tried to consider like characters, like new reps for series that haven't gotten new reps in Smash for a little while. So and Crystal's kind of the big one that everybody puts on their list of most wanted Star Fox newcomers. Like Crystal's always at the top of the list.
Yeah.
So I put Crystal on there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have, despite myself being a big Star Fox fan, I don't have any Star Fox reps on my
Okay.
list. Mostly because I've kind of lost hope that Nintendo's gonna put in another Star Fox character, or do the series as a whole, which, like, it breaks my heart to say it, but sometimes you just gotta face the facts.
Yeah.
Hopefully Zero wasn't big enough of a flop for Nintendo to completely pull the plug on the Star Fox series. We get like Assault HD or something, but you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for my number 15...
Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Okay.
Now, I know the last thing you want in your Smash Brothers is someone's foot fungus. But sometimes it turns out that's what you're going to get, and that's what you're getting for number 15. You're getting
Okay.
lettuce.
Right. Who do you actually have?
I have Rayman.
Oh, I didn't put him on here.
He's another character I haven't played too much of like any of his games with.
I haven't played any of his games.
He's an iconic character.
He is, yeah.
And a lot of people do want him in the game. And plus, he's made his appearance for one way or another in the last couple Smash games. Not as playable as an assist trophy or anything, but even being put in Smash as a whole is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, just
But
having that
even-
recognition.
Yeah. Like, when you had people like... When Shovel Knight got revealed as an assist trophy, the Yacht Club games, people were super happy about seeing him in the game. I wasn't really, like, active on the internet as much when they revealed Commander Video as a trophy, but I'm sure that the people that were behind Bit Trip were pretty excited to see their game put into Smash Brothers in some form.
Yeah.
That said, just Rayman has the potential to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much it, because I really don't have much other than that, because like I said, I barely played Rayman. Although,
Right.
once again, Smash Flash 2 is another point of reference, and kind of Brawlhalla, but Brawlhalla is not exactly the best representation of the character.
Yeah.
It's there. Like, you have the iconic fist charge up move, but it's not the same. Anyways.
Okay. My next pick is Alucard from the Castlevania series. Alucard was heavily considered to be a playable character in Ultimate. They did eventually decide to just go with the Belmonts since they were more iconic. But Alucard does have a major presence in several of the Castlevania games, as well as being the main character that you play as in one of the most popular Castlevania games, being Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I think...
after what he had to go through in Season 3, Episode 9, I think he deserves it.
Yes.
Or all of Season 3. That said, Castlevania, great show. Skip Season 3, Episode 9, but everything else is really good. Watch
Yes.
Castlevania. One of the best written villains, quite frankly, ever. That it's in a video game adaptation of all things.
Yes.
Anyways, so for my next one, I have the funny robot ninja Raiden.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I'm kind of having a bit of a soft. I haven't played it yet, but I'm having a bit of a soft spot for Metal Gear Rising. And honestly, if we had to pick another Metal Gear rep, I would like if we had to pick somebody that wasn't a clone of Snake and or Big Boss.
Right.
Raiden would probably be one of the bigger.
Yeah, I
picks
agree with
there.
that. Yeah, for sure.
Plus, honestly, Rising in general, I think is starting to have like more of a cult following as of late.
I'm going to become real in 5 seconds. Are you ready, son?
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm in on the memes. It's one of the reasons I want to play the game so bad.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see Ryan in the game just because of like what I've seen of the game so far, and what I hope to play at very soon. I've challenged myself to take care of something else before I did that, but when I do, I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, that's my number 16.
Okay. So my number 18 was Reimu, so skipping over her and going to my number 19, which is Kamek.
Okay.
From, well, both the Mario series and the Yoshi series.
Right.
Yeah, I think that having, like, another, Mario villain in there who's, more iconic, and also, could have an interesting moveset with, him using magic and such. Just think it would be cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty simple argument there.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, who's
I'm
next on your list?
For 17, I picked Nightmare from Soul Calibur. My thought was
yeah.
kind of like, hey, do we have any, like, fighting game characters with, like, in, like, a weapon-based one?
Right.
And obviously, one of the most famous ones is Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
And then narrowing it down, sure, you've got a couple of iconic characters in there, but I think Nightmare is one of the most recognizable out of the cast.
Yeah.
So I think, like, as far as representing the Soul Calibur series, Nightmare is probably the ideal choice out of all of them. Plus, big sword and big hand. Funny moveset potential.
Yes.
And I believe we're on the end of your list.
Yes. So my last one, I actually changed it recently, after giving it some thought. I originally had Amaterasu from Okami on here.
Okay.
Because I thought, like, yeah, that'd be a cool, like, Capcom rep to have.
Right.
But I caved and changed it to Toad, actually. Because the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? Toad has been playable in quite a few Mario titles. Super Mario Brothers 2, some of the new Super Mario Brothers games has had Toad playable in them. And then also, Toad's just an iconic character in the Mario series. Probably one of the most iconic, the recognizable video game characters, period,
Right.
He's pretty big. He's a pretty big character in just Nintendo. So I decided to put him on my list.
Yeah. So I actually had Toad on my list, and then I took him off.
Wow, that's funny.
Also, Karasu said that you cut Amaterasu. F's in the chat for a
Oh, no, Ami.
Yes. Alright, so I have two more, technically three, but we already did Crash, so
Right.
here's my number 20.
Okay.
So for number 18, a little bit of that foreshadowing from earlier, I have Yuden from Dragalia Lost. Now, out of all of the mobile games that Nintendo has had up to this point, Dragalia Lost is the only original property that they have actually made with mobile in mind. All the other ones have been some sort of an adaptation of a previous title. Fire Emblem Heroes,
Super Mario Run.
yeah, Mario Kart Tour, a lot of Mario. But
Yeah. Dr. Mario
Dragalia
World.
Lost- yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, Yuden is the main character of their only original mobile game, like
Right.
their only original mobile game. And it's actually also made by Cygames, the guys that make Grand Blue, so he might actually have more of a chance, maybe. It's just a matter of how to implement having a giant dragon as your alternate form into the game without breaking it, you know?
Yeah.
With all that said, he has some moveset potential, some interesting stuff, and he represents an aspect of Nintendo that really hasn't been represented, which, honestly, probably the next best thing would be a Fire Emblem character being one of the original characters from Heroes, but I don't think anybody wants that.
Yeah, I certainly don't.
Anyway, so for my last pick, I went with you from Persona 4.
Right, okay.
For, other than my bias for Persona 4 over 5, even though I've only played 4 and I haven't played 5. But, you, like, as far as, like, another Persona rep, you could pick somebody from 5, or you could pick from one of the other Persona games that are also pretty popular. 3 and 4 are also kind of, like, big in the Persona series. I don't know why, but nobody really talks about 1 and 2. I'm not sure why, and I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe they're just not as popular, but it's just something that I've observed. But 4 makes sense to me as, like, the next big one to pick a rep for, and you being the main character, you obviously be, like, the front runner.
Right.
Or, like, which one you pick. And also, I think that if they wanted to take a book out of the page of Persona 4 Arena, no, a page out of Persona 4 Arena's book, and make the Personas less of like an install and more like an extra part of their fighting style. I haven't played Persona 4 Arena yet. I'm gonna get it once it comes out on Steam.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, the Personas act more like puppet characters, so to speak.
Right.
Like they have separate buttons to command them with. So giving a kind of a gameplay style sort of like that, less like it enhances your moves and more like you could work in tandem with your persona to extend your combos and things like that. I think that would be a fun little thing to do with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that actually brings me to the end of my list.
Yeah.
So as far as agreed upon characters, we're at 5 out of 16, which isn't terrible. That's like...
Yeah.
almost a third of... just about a third of the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have 11, 11 slots to fill.
Ah, I see. Thank you for the clarification, Karasu.
Person 1 and 2 are purely story-based. There is no dating sim stuff. Person, persona, I can type.
Oh, man. Alright.
Okay. So now, I think maybe...
There are a few that I could, like, do without on this list.
Yeah, on mine as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Rayman.
I'm not particularly attached to, like, Kamek or Crystal.
Right. For me, it's like Rayman, Inteleon, Impa, Sans, Grand. There's a few that I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna back down on that. I can back down on these.
Right.
I don't need to. I won't I won't leave the stream if these characters don't get it. Let me just mark these real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, and we could cut Crash and Spyro there too, because all the stuff that went down.
Yeah.
So, give me some quick clarifications. There's actually not too many I'm able to get here that I'll like fight tooth and nail for.
Yeah.
There are a couple that I'm like,
You know that there is like one character on this list that I feel very, very strongly about.
gonna pretend I know who you're talking about and say, indulge the audience in case they haven't figured it out.
Of course I know who it is, but why don't you tell the audience who it is, just so that they know.
I think I know who it is, but I don't want to like say it and be like, no, Weegee, you idiot.
It's Melia, of course.
Okay, yeah. I will let you have Melia.
Yes. I happy. Okay. Awesome. I mean, just nobody else is gonna be able to see this because it's in Discord, but just look at this Melia render. Like, this is actually pretty good. It looks cool.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yay, Melly is in. I'm very happy about that. Okay. Since Isaac got in, I'm not too I don't feel too strongly about Chibi Robo.
Right.
I'm definitely okay with Chibi Robo just being like a Mii costume or an assist trophy.
Yeah.
So I think we can maybe table him for now, and if we have some space later, we can squeeze him in.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a tough discussion. Silex versus Ravenbeak. I think only one of them should get in.
Yeah, no, I agree. Somewhat, a little bit.
I do have like I think like whichever one doesn't get in, we make an assist trophy so that they still get that representation.
Yeah.
I think Ravenbeak would be cool considering the significance that Ravenbeak has in the most recent Metroid title.
Right.
But at the same time, Silex has been in Metroid Prime Hunters as a playable character, and also, they're going to be like the villain in Metroid Prime 4, which is a highly anticipated title that will likely be coming out before the next Smash game. So I feel like Silex will grow significantly in popularity in that time. Watch the twist be that, like, somehow Ravenbeak is Silex.
Just like pop, like just he unzips his he doesn't even like pull off the helmet, he just unzips his suit. Oh, it's Ravenbeak. They should port that game.
What's that?
They should port Echoes. And not Echoes. I mean, yes, but no. But Hunters.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great game. But
Well, they should make it better.
they should. Yeah.
But yeah, so Ravenbeak is one of those characters that I will kind of like just stand behind, just because mostly because I think he's cool. That's pretty much my stance. I was like, I think he's cool, he's got moveset potential, and he's like the main villain of the latest game. That's pretty much all that I'm standing on at the moment.
Yeah. I agree that Ravenbeak is super cool. And would probably have like a really cool moveset.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not opposed to Ravenbeak. I'm just not sure. I feel like Silex would be more like relevant at the time. I don't know. I mean,
Hang
on. I can yeah, I can do Ravenbeak.
All right.
You let me have Melia, so
Yeah.
okay. I'm just showing off a little bit of my nerd by writing down Ravenbeak's Chozo name.
Oh.
Okay. So let me cross Silex off. Oh, excuse me. Is how many Double Dragon games are there?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me do a quick.
I know there's at least 2. I played both of them with TCG, and I didn't really like either of them.
Since the arcade release of the original game, Double Dragon has spawned a popular franchise of 8 games spanning across dozens of platforms, compilations, and ports, according to Giant Bomb.
Okay. What's the most recent Double Dragon game? I mean, I do know that there's some overlap between the River City series and Double Dragon. Like, there's characters from each series appear in each other's games. I mean, in River City Girls, Bimmy and Jimmy, they are in River City Girls.
Right.
They run the dojos that you can learn new moves at.
Yeah, I think that, if I remember correctly, both of those are under
Arxis.
umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah.
The latest actual Double Dragon game is Double Dragon 4. It was not received well by Nintendo Life, and has mixed reviews on Steam. I'm gonna assume it wasn't an amazing game. Yeah, Double Dragon had it kind of rough after the last couple of, after like the first couple of games. It had a bit of a rough patch, which apparently they're still going through somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those, like... How many more excels do we have?
They're
that is
actually
one of the...
in River City Girls. Those characters, Billy and Jimmy, are voiced by the Game Grumps.
I forgot which one of those. Like that one guy that was like, "Let's master the art of punching faces."
Yeah.
Dude, I loved that.
Let us master the art of punching faces.
I need to get that game. I love
River
that.
City Girls? Yeah, it's great. The sequel's coming out this year.
Neat.
And I think the sequel is going to have 4-player co-op. It's going to have online co-op as well.
Neato.
The original game didn't have that.
Yeah. I remember you saying something about you guys playing it on Parsec.
No, it wasn't Parsec. It was a Steam Remote Play.
Ah, okay.
I think we did try it on Parsec, but Steam Remote Play wasn't as laggy, so we played on that instead.
Right.
Okay, because essentially I'm like, okay, it's gonna come down to either Bimmy and Jimmy, or one of the retro reps that I had, Mach Rider, Sukapon, or Takamaru.
I mean, theoretically we could do both. If,
Yeah.
we have what's left.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot that I could be like, yeah, I don't really need them in the game, and I don't know how many you're super set on.
Not too many of them.
Yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of more breathing room that we might see at a glance. I will say, this is kind of changing the subject a little bit, but I would be fine with doing Skull Kid over Nimba.
Okay. Yeah, I've been on a kind of Majora's Mask kick recently.
Right.
My Discord status message is actually a Skull Kid quote. It's what he says right before he drops the moon. Okay. I'm thinking, like, either, because I think that having a fighting game rep in here would be a good idea. I think either one of the Arxis ones, so Ragna or Soul, one of them, or Nightmare from Soul Calibur.
Right. Both of these games have a more unique experience to offer.
Yeah.
But my bias for Guilty Gear is kind of making me think, yeah, I'm not doing... I can live without Nightmare.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna do that, but I'm going to stand on this Soul Bad Guy themed hill. Even though I hate fighting him in the actual base game.
Yes. This guy right here, I hate him. I hate everything about him. I hate his voice. I hate his looks. I hate the way he fights. I hate fighting him. I hate his theme song. I hate... I hate his story. I hate his character. I hate everything about him. Please put him in Smash Brothers.
The thing is, I only really hate fighting.
I know. I was making a joke. I know that you actually like his design.
I like his design, and he is kind of fun to play. But I hate him fighting him. And even though he is the main character, I'm like, the entire story is like all because like his friend didn't want him to lose his girl. And most of the story was because of that. There were other things too, but that was a big part of it. Anyway, before we start doing the funny Guilty Gear lore meme that you posted in the memes channel of your Discord.
Oh yes.
You should follow, by the way, or join it.
Yes.
We shall continue, because I cannot rant about the Blaze Blue lore. That is more Laz's wheelhouse. Gosh, I can't talk to them. Anyway,
Okay. I feel like Toad is kind of a given.
yeah.
So, yeah, let's throw Toad on there.
Yeah. like I said, I did have him on my original list, but I was like, nah, and then I just replaced.
Yeah. It would have been so funny if you were like, nah, not Toad, I'm gonna go with Amaterasu from Okami. And we just switched. Okay. Let's see. Who else is on your list?
As far as characters that I'm kind of set on, Master Chief, Soul, Billy and Jimmy, and Shadow and Raiden, and one of the mobile game characters. Either one works for me. How many do you have left on your list as far as like characters you set on?
Let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5. I have 5.
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
All right, we're in business.
Yeah. So with Master Chief, we do have Doomguy in here, and that would make 2 shooters.
Uh huh.
So as much as I would like to see Master Chief in,
Well, 3 if you count Inkling.
3, yeah. So I think that because we both agreed on Doomguy, and Doomguy is like the FPS character in this scenario, I could do without Master Chef.
Okay, Master Chef.
Master Chef, you mind telling me why you're in the kitchen?
Sir, cooking a killer flambe.
I just thought of a better one, but if I say it's anyway.
You blow it. Actually, I voted for the Pyramithra, so that's actually a good thing for me.
Nice.
Okay. How are we feeling about Bandana D?
I don't really care for him. But
Really?
yeah,
I love Bandana D. He's so cute.
like I said, I don't really have much of an investment in the Kirby series as a whole, so it's
Right.
less of a it's Bandana D. We should do him this. I don't have as strong feelings for him.
Right.
we
I
were
feel
to
like he's like the last big Kirby character that's not in yet.
Right.
And we did remove Meta Knight, so I think
Right.
that having like an additional Kirby rep would be cool. And also he's just like a really popular character that a lot of people want in Smash.
Right.
Plus he's a spear fighter, which does make him, a bit unique, because we don't, aside from like, I guess, Byleth, we don't really have anything like that.
Right. Like, we don't have anybody that exclusively fights with the spear.
Right.
By the way, out of curiosity, out of those 5, do you still have Hades?
I do, yes.
I'm actually down to do Hades.
Yeah.
Bandana D too.
Hades would just be so sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
You convinced me on Bandana D, so.
Also, I think in terms of Kid Icarus reps, we actually cut Dark Pit and Palutena.
Oh yeah, we
So
did do that thing.
I think throwing another Kid Icarus rep in there is a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I can part with Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Right.
I think he would be cool, and I know that he's a popular pick, but I don't have really like super strong feelings about him either. I just don't have a lot of attach. Like watch, I'm gonna like play Chrono Trigger over like the next couple weeks, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be like, we need to put him in the game. Yeah, I can part with Chrono. Okay, who else you got?
Well, I have Shadow, but I can part ways with him.
Right.
And I have Raiden, but I kind of want to do Raiden, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Raiden. Raiden would be really cool. Oh, DDD, calm down. Also, Raiden, you know, he kind of fulfills that, like, hack and slash beat 'em up type
Oh, yeah.
thing, so...
Wait, did we take out Bayonetta? I don't remember.
From the veteran roster, I believe we did, yes.
Well, so, like, Raiden can come in and fill that gap back up.
Yeah, I'm okay with Raiden, yeah.
Plus more Metal Gear.
Yeah. Speaking of more of things, Celica.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone, but I'm okay with that choice. Just don't tell anyone so that nobody's like, you want that or Fire Emblem? Just don't tell anybody, okay? So in other words, yes.
Yay! Okay. We have 3 slots left. And I have... Hang on. Let me check some of these off. I have 2 characters left. One of them is Bandana D, the other one is the Retro Rep.
I have,
You have Yuden, Gran,
one of the 2.
Bimmy and Jimmy, and one other character?
Soul.
I already put Soul on the list.
Oh, wait, you did? Okay, so
yeah.
I only have 2 left. I only have those, like, 2/3
Yeah.
left.
I don't know how big of an IP Dragalia Lost is.
That's true.
Um, what's that?
You want to go with Gran?
Yeah, I'm not huge on putting mobile game characters in, but
Hey, it's got a fighting game.
yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Grand.
Grand Blue's also got a new RPG that's going to be coming out. I don't know when, but they do have a. There is an RPG, like an actual RPG coming out for it, like consoles and such.
Hey Rand, thanks for stopping in.
Yo, what's up, Rand?
Is that Rand Taro from the YouTube channel Rand Taro?
I believe so.
Excellent. Don't tell him I said this, but he's super cool, funny dude who I like a lot.
Yes.
And he is good friend.
Yes, that description makes me want to subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Yes, of course. And leave likes on all of his videos.
Yes.
It's that I know that like I said that in like a joking tone, but I was being sincere.
Yeah, same.
Oh no, Xenoblade's getting locked behind this door. Oh!
Oh, that's so right. Falco got taken to school. The president from Pikmin 2 easily deserves a spot. Such an iconic character. I would agree if we hadn't cut Olimar from our from our veteran roster.
That's an interesting argument. Unfortunately.
That's a nice argument. Unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think it probably. Who do you still have left?
I have Billy and Jimmy at this point.
Okay, Bimmy and Jimmy, got it.
Bimmy Jimmy.
You know why I'm making that joke, right?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
There was a mistranslation in like the NES version of one of the Double Dragon games where Billy was incorrectly called Bimmy.
Oh my word.
So
I love this older.
I just been calling them Bimmy and Jimmy this whole time.
That's beautiful.
Yes. Okay. I don't want to have like the last 2 slots be taken by characters that I want. But at the same time, like I feel like Bimmy and Jimmy, I don't know.
And the only reason I really have them in here is because beat 'em up isn't just another genre that hasn't been represented in Smash.
Right.
That's something I'm missing. So kind of having them in there is kind of one of those like get a genre represented in the game at some point.
Yeah. These Mii gunners are so brain dead. I love it.
I've had oh dear.
Huh?
I'm taking a look. It's light nightmare.
You're just so spammy.
That grenade, if you don't know how to deal with it, it's so easy to spam.
I mean, they're still like. Actually, they're not doing too bad. Okay. Like I feel more strongly about Takamaru and Mock Rider than I do Bimmy and Jimmy.
Fair.
Like
Takamaru also did get considered for being playable.
Yeah, in both Melee and Smash 4.
Yeah. So like
the thing with Takamaru is I don't know how much moveset potential there is.
Well, there's this appearance in his base game, but he was also a guest in one of the Warriors games. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was like Samurai Warrior or something, but they could also pull stuff from that too.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that. Yeah. I just like I'm trying to think like I'm trying to avoid like Takamaru just being like another just kind of generic sword fighter character.
Right. Give me a second. Like 5 more minutes.
Darth, I accidentally used mayonnaise instead of thermal paste, and now my PC is
Just-
a fry cook.
Why is Chris actually really funny?
Because he cared not
Our stick fight video is going up tomorrow, actually.
Oh.
I'm excited for you to see it. I can actually show you it later. It's very funny.
I'm excited.
Oh man.
Anyway, let's get this finished up. We have 2 more slots. Yo, Triforce Riku, what's up, dude?
Hey Riku. Doing okay. I have a little bit of a cough, and both of my wrists are pain, so I have not been able to do much gaming. I did play Smash the other day. I regret it.
Do you like that?
But I mean, both of my wrists probably would have ended up hurting anyway, so yeah. Okay. Do you have any characters that you want to reintroduce for discussion?
Master Chief?
Okay. I'm taking a look at my own list here. The only character on my list that I have crossed out that I would be okay with like bringing back up for discussion is like Alucard, maybe.
I'm down for Alucard.
I feel like it's like okay, either Alucard or Takamaru.
I am good with either of those picks.
Yeah, honestly, so am I. Yeah.
I think most of the picks that I'm like was most behind are picks because I was genuinely wanted to see the character, felt like they would be a good pick.
Yeah.
Are already on the list.
Right. You want to use Wheel Decide to
do it again.
Determine this. Yeah. All right.
That's the way to decide things on this series.
Alucard and Takamaru. All right, here we go. Let's see who it ends up being. Oh, whoa. Hold up.
What did you spin?
It didn't. A big pop-up came up telling me I had viruses and stuff. So that was fun. Let's try that again.
Yeah, but this time without the
This
the
time
virus.
without the the thing trying to give me a virus by lying to me about having viruses.
Yo, that's
Oh,
brilliant.
There we go. That's a more proper spin.
What he doesn't know is that I am using reverse psychology on him.
Okay. We have our pick.
Ooh, what we got?
It's Alucard, and now that Alucard has been chosen, I feel kind of weird about it, but
It's okay. This is Game Alucard. Season 3, Episode 9 didn't happen. Anyways, so for number 20...
you mean 16?
Or 16.
Yes.
16. Yeah. We did 20, then we narrowed it to 16.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess crossing the retro rep off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really just comes down to either Bandana D or Bimmy and Jimmy.
Right.
Um,
Do we do the wheel again?
we can, yeah.
Let's do the wheel again.
Okay. Okay. Bandana D and Bimmy and Jimmy. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Spin. It's Bandana D.
Hey.
Okay. I kind of want Takamaru on here now, but it's fine.
The wheel has spoken.
The wheel has spoken. Yeah, it's fine. We can
If for some strange reason we just tried to do like a highlight reel, which I doubt we'll do, but
yeah.
like we just do a giant wheel for the thumbnail.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do highlights of this, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we can always like after we're finished, we can always come back and like be like, okay, like here's like ideas we have for movesets for characters that we thought about, like that we considered getting in. So
Yeah.
you know, we can always do something like that. I genuinely think that would be a cool thing to do for like a lot of the fighting game characters that you picked, as well as Bimmy and Jimmy as well. Just because they come from a beat 'em up, I feel like they have a lot of inspiration to pull from.
Yeah.
Did you know? Oh, okay. Darth, Sam Figured has just entered the chat and said, "Hello, Dark Weegee. I am confused what you are doing. Probably some cringe, though."
Yes, that's Sam. I am doing speculation for newcomers / wishlist stuff.
Regardless, Dark Weegee, it was cringe.
Oh, come on, man. Dude, I helped you buy your amiibo, man. Don't give me. I was based. You said it was based. Don't throw me on stream like this.
I totally lost my train of thought.
Fun fact.
Oh yeah, fun fact: in the original Double Dragon, when your kick and punch buttons would swap depending on which direction you were facing.
Yo, game design.
It was awful. It was so bad. I tried playing and I was like, what the heck? This is stupid. And your kick attack would always attack behind you. So it would be really annoying to like be like punching a guy and then like you turn around to try to punch the guy behind you and then you accidentally end up kicking the guy that you were just fighting because the controls swapped because you turned around. It's really stupid. Game design.
There's actually an entire Street Fighter character around that premise of being a one side of the street to the other.
That's weird.
Yeah, Gil. I'm pretty sure I got his name wrong. What's the name? Hold on, let me look. Yeah, his name is Gil. Okay, so Gil has a fire and an ice side, and depending on which side of the screen you're on, your special moves will either be fire if you're facing from the player 1 side, or ice if you're doing it from the player 2 side.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, in Street Fighter 3. I don't know if they kept that in Street Fighter 5, but I know that it was a thing in Street Fighter 3.
Right. Huh.
It wasn't particularly brain dead or anything, it was just a thing that they did.
Right.
And it worked. The Street Fighter 3 did well. Not saying that Double Dragon's a bad game, it's just like they balanced it very well.
Right.
With Street Fighter 3 as far as I'm aware of it. I don't know where he sits on the tier list of that game, but I played Street Fighter 3 very briefly. Actually, in an arcade cabinet. I had like a port of it too, but like the arcade cabinet, it said it was Street Fighter 2, but it was Street Fighter 3 inside. And we just played a few rounds because it was one of those things where you didn't need to. You pretty much like paid to get in. You didn't really need to pay with. No, it was quarters, but like point was we played a lot of the Street Fighter 3 machine, a couple rounds of that. I played Hugo most of the time. It was very fun. But yeah, that's pretty much my spiel about Street Fighter 3.
Nice.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
No, not really. Except next time we will be talking returning stages.
Goody.
Yes. I feel like there are going to be a lot of we're gonna narrow it down to 60 stages to return. And I feel like there's gonna be a lot of overlap. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of stages that we agree on. Like, yeah, like those should come back because they're fun, or like they represent like a significant game, or they're just cool ideas, stuff like that. I think that there are going to be quite a few stages that we just agree, like, yeah, maybe never have those come back again in a Smash game. 75 meters.
Newport City.
Newport City. Yeah. I like the idea behind Newport City. But yeah, its design is just ugh. There are parts of Newport City that I like. That does not include the top right section of the stage where it's just random soft platforms all stacked on top of each other. What is that about? Why are those that doesn't reference anything? They're just there. They don't do anything. They don't add anything to the stage. They're just more space to fight on. And it's like, why? Hyrule Temple is like the perfect big stage. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. It's fun to fight on. It's fun to traverse. Everything feels like it serves like some kind of purpose. And it's also just a fan favorite. You know, even competitive players have fond memories fighting on Hyrule Temple.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, in like the Melee and Brawl days. People like Hyrule Temple. It's a good stage. Newport City is not. Newport City wants to be Hyrule Temple. It wants to be, but it will never be. Yeah. So yeah, next time we're gonna talk stages. And depending on how quickly that goes, we probably won't talk about new stages right away because I feel like that discussion will take a little bit longer. But we might talk about items.
Oh dear.
I actually don't have too many ideas for new items. And the ideas that I do have are kind of weird, but I think they're fun. So,
Right.
yeah. But we'll talk about those, later. Thanks for joining me, Darth.
Always a pleasure.
And thanks to everybody who watched and came out for the stream. I hope you enjoyed us talking about, basically who we want in Smash, and a couple others. Yeah. Anything you want to say before we go, Darth?
Subscribe.
Yeah, do that. And go over to Darth's channel and subscribe to him as well.
Yes.
Alright. That'll be it from us. Goodbye, everyone.
See you later.